Hey YouTube, it's Jonathan, and today I am filming a video about primers. This is a step of my makeup that I sometimes forget about, I sometimes neglect, but I have been on the priming trend recently. The other day I posted a picture on my Instagram of me mixing together 4 primers before I put them on my face because I couldn't really pick one primer to get the job done, and I really didn't want to wear a lot of makeup that day. So what I did was I took a small amount of each primer that kind of did something different, mixed them together in the palms of my hands, and applied them like I would my normal primer. And this isn't something new. I've been doing this for a while. Sometimes I'll mix 2 primers, 3 primers. Sometimes I'll mix the primer into the foundation. It just depends on the desired effect. Today I'm going to be mixing 4 primers together. These are the 4 that I used in that Instagram picture. And I'm going to talk to you about why I'm choosing each of them and what they're each going to do for me. So since I'm not going to be wearing any foundation, I am going to use a color correcting primer that is going to sort of even out the skin tone in a very minimal kind of way. This one is from Laura Geller. It is just called the Neutralizing Color Correcting Makeup Primer. And most of what I apply is going to be this. This is going to be sort of the largest quantity that I'm using. And this, like it says, is just going to color correct and make everything look a bit more even. Next, to balance out my skin, I'm going to be using the Smashbox Light Primer. My skin has been a little bit more combination, especially through the T-zone lately. So I'm just applying this, which is a silky mattifying primer. And I'm going to be using just a little bit less of this than I am the color correcting primer. And this is just going to balance out my skin and make sure that I don't get super shiny or oily throughout the day. Although I don't want to be oily, I still want my signature radiant complexion, so I am going to use the Radiance primer from Laura Mercier. This is just a shimmery primer that's got very, very fine shimmer pigment in here that's just going to give my skin a glow. On its own, it can be sort of an intense shine, but mixed with the other primers, they're just going to tone it down a little bit to give my skin a soft radiance. And I'm using slightly less of this than I am of the Smashbox Light Primer. And then to give my skin a little bit of color and bronze, I'm going to be adding a tiny, and I mean tiny drop of the Clinique bronzing gel for men. This, of course, is a men's product, but women could use this. There are also other products very similar to this on the market that are not marketed towards men, but this one is my favorite because it's very light and oil-free. So that's all the primers together in the palm of my hand. As you can see, I did not use very much of any of them, and I'm just going to rub these together between my palms and apply them to my face like I would a normal primer. And since we used that bronzing gel, you really want to make sure that the edges are well blended. And that is how I've been priming my skin recently. Most of the time I will just wear my skin like this with a touch of concealer, bronzer, and brow and be on about my day. Sometimes I will use this as my base for makeup. And that's my face done. This is pretty much the makeup I've been wearing day to day for the last week, week and a half. And I really like how simple and quick and easy it is and how it pretty much looks like my regular skin, just slightly enhanced. If you enjoyed this video and liked the technique, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below if you have any questions about a specific primer or what primers you think would be best for your skin type. And while you're down there, go ahead and check out my description box where you can check out a link to my Facebook page. You can also check me out on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. All of those things are at JonTalks. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, you can go ahead and do that by clicking on my face right now so that you can be here every Monday and Thursday for my new videos. And I'll see you all next time. Bye! When I take it off, and it absolutely looks just like skin when you're wearing it. It's not one of those CC creams that still looks kind of like a foundation, and it doesn't make my skin overly dewy or overly matte.